My child, my child, when your soul grows tired, I come near, not when you finally feel strong, not when you finally fix yourself, not when you pretend to be fine. I come near now in this exact moment, when your heart feels thin and your strength feels small. I come close not because you are steady, but because you are trembling, not because you are confident, but because you are worn down, not because you have it all together, but because you don't. I come near when the weight inside you feels too heavy to name. I come near when the world grows loud and you grow quiet. I come near when you carry burdens that have sat on your shoulders for far too long. I come near when grief lives behind your ribs, tucked away where no one else can see. I come near when your mind spins faster than your breath can follow. I come near when you whisper in the silence, "Lord, I don't know how much more I can hold." I hear that whisper every time. Even when your lips never move, tonight I want you to rest, not just in your body, but in your soul. Deep, quiet, sacred rest. You have carried too many invisible weights, the kind that press on your chest, the kind that hold onto your breathing, the kind that slow your steps, the kind that sit behind your eyes when you stare into the dark. You are tired, my child, and I know that tiredness well. Not the kind that sleep alone can heal, but the kind that comes from battles you never spoke about, the kind that comes from giving more than you received, the kind that comes from holding everything together while your spirit whispered for relief, the kind that comes from pretending the pain was smaller than it really was. But I see it. I see every exhaustion you hide beneath your smile. I see the moments you push through when your heart wants to stop. I see the tears you swallow because there was no one there to catch them. I see the strength you forced yourself to hold because you didn't know what else to do. I see how tightly you gripped hope, afraid it might slip away. And I see, too, the places inside you that have dimmed, places that once carried joy, but now feel muted, places that once held courage, but now feel fragile, places that once overflowed with life, but now feel quiet and hollow, places that once dreamed freely, but now hesitate to imagine anything new. Your soul is weary, not broken, not lost, not defeated, simply weary. And when your soul grows tired, I draw even closer. You may not always feel me immediately. Sometimes exhaustion makes everything numb. Sometimes pain dulls your sensitivity. Sometimes fear builds walls so quickly you don't realize they're rising. Sometimes disappointment convinces you that I am far away, but I am never far. Not from you, not from your heartbreak, not from your questions, not from your confusion, not from your frustrations, not from your silence. I am near. So near that my presence surrounds every breath you exhale, near enough to catch every tear before it falls, near enough to place my hand upon your trembling heart, near enough to whisper into the quiet places of your spirit. When your soul grows tired, I come not with demands, not with expectations, not with pressure, but with rest. Rest that you cannot earn. Rest that you cannot force. Rest that you cannot create on your own. Rest that flows from my love. Rest that fills the deepest places inside you. I want you to breathe again, not just with your lungs, but with your heart. I want you to feel safe again, not just in your body, but in your soul. I want you to know that you don't have to hold everything alone. Not tonight, not ever. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to pretend to be strong. You don't have to hide your sadness. You don't have to make your heart presentable before I come near. I am here now, exactly as you are. And tonight, my child, I want you to let me restore you, not halfway. Not only the surface, not only the parts you show the world, but the deep, hidden, quiet parts of you. The place where fear curled itself. The place where disappointment settled. The place where loneliness left an echo. The place where hope faded into gray. Let me enter those rooms gently. Let me touch the places you've closed off. Let me sit beside the memories that still ache. Let me lift the burdens you've carried for years. Let me breathe light into the shadows that cling to your soul. I restore slowly, tenderly, lovingly, faithfully. I do not rush your healing. I do not push you to recover faster. I do not force you to move on before your heart is ready. I do not shame you for the places that still hurt. I do not compare your journey to anyone else's. I restore you in the rhythm of love, patient, unwavering, gentle. You may think your heart is too messy for me. It isn't. You may think your thoughts are too heavy for me. They aren't. You may think your wounds are too deep for my light. They aren't. You may think your past is too complicated for my grace. It is, my child. My child. When your soul grows tired, I come near, not when you finally feel strong, not when you finally fix yourself, not when you pretend to be fine. I come near now in this exact moment, when your heart feels thin and your strength feels small. I come close not because you are steady, but because you are trembling, not because you are confident, but because you are worn down, not because you have it all together, but because you don't. I come near when the weight inside you feels too heavy to name. I come near when the world grows loud and you grow quiet. I come near when you carry burdens that have sat on your shoulders for far too long. I come near when grief lives behind your ribs, tucked away where no one else can see. I come near when your mind spins faster than your breath can follow. I come near when you whisper in the silence, Lord, I don't know how much more I can hold. I hear that whisper every time. Even when your lips never move, tonight I want you to rest, not just in your body, but in your soul. Deep, quiet, sacred rest. You have carried too many invisible weights, the kind that press on your chest, the kind that hold onto your breathing, the kind that slow your steps, the kind that sit behind your eyes when you stare into the dark. You are tired, my child, and I know that tiredness well. Not the kind that sleep alone can heal, but the kind that comes from battles you never spoke about. the kind that comes from giving more than you received, the kind that comes from holding everything together while your spirit whispered for relief, the kind that comes from pretending the pain was smaller than it really was. But I see it. I see every exhaustion you hide beneath your smile. I see the moments you push through when your heart wants to stop. I see the tears you swallow because there was no one there to catch them. I see the strength you forced yourself to hold because you didn't know what else to do. I see how tightly you gripped hope, afraid it might slip away. And I see, too, the places inside you that have dimmed, places that once carried joy, but now feel muted, places that once held courage, but now feel fragile, places that once overflowed with life, but now feel quiet and hollow, places that once dreamed freely, but now hesitate to imagine anything new. Your soul is weary, not broken, not lost, not defeated, simply weary. And when your soul grows tired, I draw even closer. You may not always feel me immediately. Sometimes exhaustion makes everything numb. Sometimes pain dulls your sensitivity. Sometimes fear builds walls so quickly you don't realize they're rising. Sometimes disappointment convinces you that I am far away, but I am never far. Not from you, not from your heartbreak, not from your questions, not from your confusion, not from your frustrations, not from your silence. I am near. So near that my presence surrounds every breath you exhale, near enough to catch every tear before it falls, near enough to place my hand upon your trembling heart, near enough to whisper into the quiet places of your spirit. When your soul grows tired, I come not with demands, not with expectations, not with pressure, but with rest. Rest that you cannot earn. Rest that you cannot force. Rest that you cannot create on your own. Rest that flows from my love. Rest that fills the deepest places inside you. I want you to breathe again, not just with your lungs, but with your heart. I want you to feel safe again, not just in your body, but in your soul. I want you to know that you don't have to hold everything alone. Not tonight, not ever. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to pretend to be strong. You don't have to hide your sadness. You don't have to make your heart presentable before I come near. I am here now, exactly as you are. And tonight, my child, I want you to let me restore you, not halfway. Not only the surface, not only the parts you show the world, but the deep, hidden, quiet parts of you. The place where fear curled itself. The place where disappointment settled. The place where loneliness left an echo. The place where hope faded into gray. Let me enter those rooms gently. Let me touch the places you've closed off. Let me sit beside the memories that still ache. Let me lift the burdens you've carried for years. Let me breathe light into the shadows that cling to your soul. I restore slowly, tenderly, lovingly, faithfully. I do not rush your healing. I do not push you to recover faster. I do not force you to move on before your heart is ready. I do not shame you for the places that still hurt. I do not compare your journey to anyone else's. I restore you in the rhythm of love, patient, unwavering, gentle. You may think your heart is too messy for me. It isn't. You may think your thoughts are too heavy for me. They aren't. You may think your wounds are too deep for my light. They aren't. You may think your past is too complicated for my grace. It is, Lord. I come to you now with a tired heart, an open heart, a heart that finally dares to breathe again. I come not to impress you, not to present myself as stronger than I am, not to hide behind words I think you expect from me. I come as I truly am, worn, aching, hopeful, fearful, longing, and ready to be restored. Lord, restore me. Restore the parts of me I stopped believing could ever feel whole. Restore the dreams that have been buried under years of disappointments. Restore the strength that used to rise naturally, but now feels distant. Restore the joy that once filled my days, but now feels like a memory. Restore the peace I have searched for in many places, but only you can give. Restore the quiet places inside me where fear has been speaking too loudly. Restore the soft spaces where I learned to harden myself just to survive. I lift my heart to you. Every part of it, not only the parts that feel manageable, not only the parts that feel presentable, but all of it. The confusion, the heaviness, the loneliness, the silent wounds, the hidden weariness, the places I still don't know how to talk about. Lord, I give you my whole heart, and I ask you gently, restore me. Teach me to rest in you. Teach me to breathe in your peace. Teach me to trust your timing. Teach me to open the rooms I closed long ago. Teach me to let go of what was never mine to carry. Teach me to receive love again, not cautiously, not halfway, but fully. Teach me to believe that healing is possible for me too. Because sometimes, Lord, I doubt it. Sometimes the pain feels too deep. Sometimes the fear feels too loud. Sometimes the memories feel too heavy. Sometimes the scars feel too permanent. Sometimes I feel too small, too fragile, too exhausted to even imagine restoration. So I pray, hold me where I am weak, lift me where I am sinking. Guide me where I am lost, cover me where I am exposed, strengthen me where I am trembling, heal me where I am hurting, restore me where I am empty. Lord, I surrender the pressure to fix myself. I surrender the fear that keeps me guarded. I surrender the expectations I cannot meet. I surrender the guilt I cannot carry. I surrender the lies that have lived in my mind for too long. I surrender the pain I've tried to manage on my own. I surrender the disappointment that has stayed longer than it should. I surrender the thoughts that whisper that I am too much or not enough. Lord, I surrender everything that weighs on my spirit. I surrender the fear of tomorrow. I surrender the heaviness of yesterday. I surrender the uncertainty of today. I surrender the voices that tell me I have to be strong on my own. I surrender the urge to hide when I feel fragile. I surrender the instinct to withdraw when I feel overwhelmed. I surrender to you, Lord, not out of defeat, but out of trust. Not because I am giving up, but because I know you can hold what I cannot. Lord, it is hard for me to trust sometimes. You know that. You know the moments where my heart closes to protect itself. You know the times I try to control what frightens me. You know the places where my hope has thinned. You know how deeply I long for peace, yet how easily I fall into worry. So I ask, gently and honestly, teach me to trust you again. Teach me to trust that your love is steady. Teach me to trust that your presence is real. Teach me to trust that your timing is good. Teach me to trust that you do not leave me. Teach me to trust that you restore even what feels beyond repair. Teach me to trust that nothing is wasted in your hands. Teach me to trust that you are for me, not against me. Teach me to trust that you see me fully and still hold me gently. Lord, let this be a prayer of opening. Open my heart to your peace. Open my mind to your truth. Open my spirit to your presence. Open my wounds to your healing. Open my fears to your reassurance. Open my memories to your compassion. Open my burdens to your strength. Open my scars to your light. And open my life to your restoring love. Lord, restore my identity. Restore the truth of who I am in you, not defined by failure, not defined by fear, not defined by past wounds, not defined by others' expectations, not defined by my mistakes, not defined by the storms I've walked through. Call me once again what you have always called me, beloved, chosen, held, redeemed, restored, yours. Lord, restore my courage, the courage to hope again, the courage to believe again, the courage to try again, the courage to rest instead of striving, the courage to release what is too heavy, the courage to trust what I cannot see, the courage to forgive where it hurts, the courage to let go where you are asking me to release, the courage to walk forward even when the path is still dim. Lord, restore my peace. I long for it. I long for stillness within me. I long for quiet inside my thoughts. I long for softness inside my heart. I long for rest that is deep and true. Let your peace settle into me like a slow sunrise. Let it enter the places where anxiety has lived. Let it fill the rooms where worry once had a voice. Let it cover the thoughts that drain me. Let it quiet the noise that has followed me for too long. Lord, restore my joy, not surface joy, not temporary relief, but lasting joy. The kind that rises from your presence, the kind that is not shaken by circumstances, the kind that grows quietly like a warm light within me, the kind that feels like coming home. Lord, restore my hope, hope that has flickered, hope that has dimmed, hope that once felt bright, hope that I miss, hope that I need. Remind my soul that hope is safe with you. Remind my soul that you are not done with me. Remind my soul that the future is held in your hands. Remind my soul that I am never walking alone. Remind my soul that restoration is already happening even when I cannot see it. Lord, restore my rest. Teach me to stop carrying what is not mine. Teach me to breathe without fear. Teach me to sleep without dread. Teach me to place my worries into your hands. Teach me to lay down my burdens without picking them back up again. Teach me to dwell in your presence without rushing. Teach me to linger in your peace without resisting. Teach me to remain in your love. Lord, restore my voice, the voice that became quiet after too much disappointment, the voice that learned to hide, the voice that forgot its worth, the voice that hesitated to speak truth, the voice that doubted it mattered. Restore my ability to speak gently to myself. Restore my ability to speak hope. Restore my ability to speak truth. Restore my ability to speak life. Lord, restore my capacity to love others without fear, to love myself without shame, to love life again without hesitation, to receive love without shrinking back, to accept affection without suspicion, to embrace kindness without questioning it. Lord, restore the broken places I pretend not to see. Restore the places I shut down. Restore the places I pushed away. Restore the places I thought were beyond healing. I open them now, not to the world, but to you, Lord. I need you, not just your answers, not just your blessings, not just your provision. I need you, your presence, your nearness, your hands upon my heart, your breath calming my spirit, your love restoring my soul. I lift every part of me to you, my fears, my failures, my weariness, my longings, my wounds, my hopes, my questions, my regrets, my dreams, my future, my past, my present moment. I give all of it to you. Restore me, Lord. Restore me in ways I cannot imagine. Restore me in ways I cannot achieve alone. Restore me in ways that only heaven could explain. Restore me in ways that make me whole again. Let this prayer be the doorway through which restoration flows. Let this night be the night my soul begins to breathe again. Let this moment be the moment I finally rest in your love. For you, Lord, you are the one who makes all things new. And this weary heart, this fragile, hopeful, tired heart, is ready to be made new again. Amen. There is a moment, Lord, after the prayer has been spoken, after the fears have been named, after the tears have fallen quietly, when everything becomes still. Not because the world has changed, not because the storm has ended, not because every question has been answered, but because something inside begins to settle, as if the soul finally exhales after holding its breath for far too long. And in that stillness, something holy begins to happen. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is not a burst of emotion. It is not a sudden clarity. It is not a miracle that arrives with a trumpet. It is your love, Lord, gentle, warm, unhurried, surrounding the silence. At first, it feels like a soft shift, like the weight inside the chest loosens just a little, like the air becomes easier to breathe, like the heart that trembled begins to rest, like a presence, quiet yet unmistakable, draws nearer than before. And there, in that holy softness, your love touches places words cannot reach. This is the moment the soul begins to understand what restoration truly means. It is not merely the removal of pain. It is not simply the easing of fear. It is the filling completely, tenderly, with your presence. Tonight, the one who listens, the one who prayed, the one who lifted their tired heart to you, is now entering that moment. The moment when love surrounds the silence. Lord, in this quiet, wrap your love around them like a warm light. Let it settle over their weary thoughts. Let it soften the memories that ache. Let it rest upon their breathing. Let it touch the places they have kept hidden. Let it fill the parts of them that have long felt empty. Let it calm the storms that still whisper in the distance. Let them feel safe, truly safe, safe in a way the world cannot offer, safe in a way no human promise can uphold, safe in the way only eternal love can hold, because your love does not force itself. Your love does not rush. Your love does not push aside what hurts. Your love does not shame what is fragile. Your love does not demand instant healing. Your love surrounds. Your love holds. Your love breathes. Your love restores. Your love awakens. Your love lingers. Your love stays. There is a silence inside the soul that is not empty. It is a silence filled with you. A silence where wounds soften. A silence where fears quiet. A silence where you whisper what the heart needs most. In this silence, you remind them, I am here. I am closer than the ache. I am nearer than the fear. I am deeper than the brokenness. I am softer than the sorrow. I am stronger than the storm. I am with you, and I will restore you. Lord, how beautiful it is when your love begins to move through the soul without effort, without striving. How beautiful when healing begins without being forced. How beautiful when comfort wraps itself around the heart without a single word spoken. For so long, this precious child has carried questions. Am I alone in this? Does God hear me? Will He stay? Will He heal me? Does He really love me as I am? But here, in this quiet moment, your love answers without sound. Yes, you are loved. Yes, you are seen. Yes, you are held. Yes, you are safe. Yes, I am here. Yes, I will restore you. The silence becomes holy because you are in it. The stillness becomes sacred because your presence fills it. The very air becomes gentle because your love breathes through it. And the weary soul, the soul that prayed, the soul that cried, the soul that surrendered, begins to sense something new. Steadiness, a warmth, a soft, quiet strength rising within. The kind of strength that comes not from trying harder, but from being held. Lord, let your love wrap around their mind like a soft blanket of light. Cover the racing thoughts. Quiet the anxious predictions. Calm the inner critic. Silence the voice of fear. Let your love speak louder than the lies. Let your love speak deeper than the doubts. Let your love speak clearly in the spaces where confusion once echoed. Let them feel you near, not as an idea, not as a concept, but as a presence, alive, personal, steady. Your love surrounds the silence like dawn, spreading across the horizon. Slowly, softly, inevitably. No matter how long the night has been, no matter how cold the shadows felt, no matter how lonely the hours were, your light comes. And with every moment that passes, the soul begins to realize it is being restored from the inside out. Lord, in this sacred quiet, begin to lift the heaviness from their spirit. Lift the guilt they've carried too long. Lift the shame that was never theirs to hold. Lift the expectations that suffocate their peace. Lift the fear that whispers worst-case scenarios. Lift the sadness that sits quietly beneath their ribcage. Lift the disappointment they haven't known how to release. Lift the exhaustion that has settled deep into their bones. Lift it gently, lift it lovingly, lift it slowly, the way you lift burdens that have been carried for years. And as you lift, fill the space with peace. Fill the space with comfort. Fill the space with clarity. Fill the space with compassion. Fill the space with hope. Fill the space with your unshakable love, because restoration is not just what you remove. It is what you fill us with. Lord, let your love surround the silence of their past, the moments they regret, the choices they wish they could change, the pain they didn't deserve, the words that wounded them, the losses they still mourn, the versions of themselves they wish they could forget. Surround all of it with your love. Cover it, heal it, redeem it, transform it. Let them feel in this moment that their story is not over, not defined by brokenness, not limited by failure, not shaped by fear, not bound by what hurt them. You are rewriting their story with gentleness. Lord, let your love surround the silence of their present, the questions that remain unanswered, the uncertainties they face, the pressures they endure, the responsibilities that weigh on them, the loneliness that visits during long nights, the worries that return when the world quiets. Surround their present with stability, with safety, with assurance, with the kind of peace that holds them steady even when nothing around them feels steady. Lord, let your love surround the silence of their future, the fears of the unknown, the doubts about what lies ahead, the concern that things might not change, the worry that good things might not last, the apprehension about stepping into something new. Wrap their future in your faithfulness. Remind them that nothing ahead is beyond your reach. Remind them that every tomorrow is held in your hands. Remind them that you walk before them, beside them, and behind them. Let them feel in the deepest place of their spirit that they will never walk into a day that you are not already in. Lord, as your love surrounds the silence, let something sacred awaken. A trust that does not rely on understanding, a peace that does not depend on circumstances, a hope that does not waver in storms, a rest that enters even the tired places of the soul. Let this moment be a turning point, where exhaustion begins to loosen, where sadness begins to lift, where fear begins to soften, where your love begins to rise. Tonight, let them feel held, deeply held, held beyond explanation, held beyond doubt, held beyond fear. Let them know that they are not drifting, they are not forgotten, they are not alone, they are not too broken, they are not too far gone, they are not beyond your reach. They are held, they are loved, they are surrounded, they are safe. And in this holy silence, where your love wraps around every breath, let restoration begin to bloom. not in a rush, not all at once, but gently, steadily, beautifully, the way morning breaks after a long night. For when your love surrounds the silence, the soul finally begins to heal. My child. Now, as the night deepens and everything around you begins to quiet, I want you to come into a different kind of rest. A rest not found in sleep alone. A rest not found in silence alone. A rest not found in escape, but a rest that can only come from my eternal presence. You have walked through the heaviness of the day. You have surrendered your burdens. You have let your heart speak its truth. You have allowed my love to surround your silence. And now, I invite you into the deepest rest your soul can know. This is not the rest of forgetting. This is not the rest of distraction. This is not the rest that fades when morning comes. This is the rest that flows from me, the rest that has existed before time began, the rest that no storm can interrupt, the rest that lives in my eternal presence. My presence is not a place you visit. It is a place you can live. It is the home your soul has been longing for. It is the safe ground beneath every trembling step. It is the warmth beneath every cold memory. It is the light behind every shadow. It is the calm beneath every crashing wave. It is the whisper beneath every fear. My presence is not far. It is here. It has always been here, even in moments you felt alone, even in moments you questioned everything, even in moments you doubted your worth, even in moments you thought I was silent, even in moments you thought I didn't see you, even in moments you thought you had to walk alone. You never walked alone, not for one heartbeat, not for one breath, not for one tear, not for one step. My presence has always been the unseen companion beside your sorrow, the unseen strength beneath your exhaustion, the unseen light guiding you through the dark. Tonight, I want you to rest in that presence, not in ideas about me, not in hopes of me, not in memories of me, but in me. I want you to rest as if your soul is leaning into my chest. I want you to rest as if my hand is upon your heart. I want you to rest as if heaven itself has wrapped its arms around you. I want you to rest as if everything you fear has already been stilled. I want you to rest as if everything you lost has been found in me. I want you to rest as if everything you need is already flowing from my presence, because it is. My child, I know the ways your heart has been stretched thin. I know the places where you feel worn. I know the questions that sit beneath your ribs. I know the shadows that linger at the edges of your thoughts. I know the emptiness that sometimes returns without warning. I know the longing for peace that feels deeper than words. I know the ache for safety, for comfort, for reassurance. And tonight, in this holy moment, I answer that longing with myself, not with explanations, not with solutions, not with simply removing all your struggles, but with my eternal presence. The presence that restores, the presence that heals, the presence that steadies, the presence that remains, the presence that becomes the atmosphere around your soul. Rest now, my beloved. You do not need to think your way out of the dark. You do not need to solve everything. You do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to hold yourself together. You only need to come close. Closer, closer still. Until the noise fades, until fear loosens its grip, until your heart feels covered, until your breathing softens, until your soul begins to melt into my peace. Rest in me. Rest in the one who has never left you. Rest in the one who knows your entire story. Rest in the one who carries you through every season. Rest in the one who guards your sleep. Rest in the one who restores your soul. Let the weight fall off your shoulders. Let your heart unclench. Let your mind release its grip on every what if. Let your soul settle the way water settles after a storm. Let the calm become deeper than thought, a calm that does not depend on understanding. You are safe. You are held. You are surrounded. You are home. My eternal presence is not fragile. It does not fade when you feel tired. It does not weaken when you feel weak. It does not grow cold when you are confused. It does not retreat when you struggle. It does not disappear in the dark. It does not diminish with time. It is steady, constant, unmoving, forever strong, forever gentle, forever yours. Tonight, I want you to imagine your soul resting in a place that cannot be shaken. A place lit with quiet light. A place protected from every storm. A place warmed by my nearness. A place where nothing can harm you. A place where peace settles like soft rain. This place is real. This place is me. This place is my eternal presence, and it is yours. Let me hold your thoughts. Let me hold your fears. Let me hold your senses. Let me hold the emotions that come and go. Let me hold the part of you that still feels fragile. Let me hold the part of you that still aches. Let me hold the past you do not understand. Let me hold the future you cannot yet see. Let me carry you inwardly, the way only eternal love can. My presence is the safest place you will ever know. It is the place where your soul learns to breathe again. It is the place where your heart learns to open again. It is the place where your mind learns to settle again. It is the place where your spirit learns to trust again. It is the place where your entire being learns to rest. You do not need to hurry. You do not need to rise. You do not need to perform. You do not need to explain. You do not need to impress. You do not need to fear. Just rest. Rest like a child leaning into the arms of a loving father. Rest like a heart that has found its true home. Rest like a soul that has finally discovered it does not have to fight for peace. Rest like the weary returning from a long journey. Rest like someone who knows they are completely, endlessly loved. My child, let my presence soothe what hurts. Let my presence quiet what trembles. Let my presence warm what feels cold. Let my presence shine into what feels dark. Let my presence soften what feels tight. Let my presence heal what feels shattered. Let my presence strengthen what feels fragile. And as you rest in, me, know this, you are not drifting, you are not forgotten, you are not unseen, you are not unprotected, you are not uncared for, you are not alone, you are surrounded by a love older than the stars, stronger than death, wider than the sky, deeper than every ocean, gentler than the morning light, steadier than the mountains. You rest tonight in that love. You rest tonight in that presence. You rest tonight in the embrace of the one who watches over you without sleep. Lay down now. Lay down every fear. Lay down every weight. Lay down every sorrow. Lay down every thought that presses on your heart. Lay down every question that exhausts your spirit. Lay down every burden that bends your shoulders. Let me carry what you cannot. Let me guard what you cannot guard. Let me restore what you cannot restore. Let me give what the world cannot give. Let me be enough for you tonight. Enough peace, enough light, enough comfort, enough love, enough rest. Close your eyes, my child. Feel the warmth of my presence around you. Feel my hand upon you. Feel my breath of peace resting over your spirit. Feel the softness settling into every corner of your soul. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. You are mine. And I am here. Rest in my eternal presence and sleep in the light of my endless peace.